Oh, there we go. All right, here we go. Okay. Um, just a little bit of a glitch there to start. Again, there's I'd say about a 10-second delay between the broad. There's this broadcast software. It's called OBS, and so I have to go on one screen, and on one screen it's weird because right now I'm looking at the computer, and one of them has me live as I'm currently going around, and then the YouTube one that you all are watching has about a 8-second delay or something like that. So it can be a little goofy. I got to try to not look on the left hand side screen and then just focus on the chat and keep talking to the green light there. And that's how we get it going or whatever. But Z, I see you just joined. Welcome, Tim. I think might have been the first prize as far as getting here. Good to see you on here again, Gina. I see Jim. If there's anybody else here in chat, feel free to jump in and say hello so we know you're here. This is the first time I'm doing this morning thing. I see somebody else just jumped on. So whoever you were, a couple more people just jumped on. Say hi in the chat so we know you're here. And well, we know you're here. We just don't know who you are until you say hello in the chat. So yeah, this is the first time I'm trying the mornings. As most of you on here know, because you've been to a live on Tuesday already. I've been doing them on Tuesday. And anyway, I wanted to experiment with a couple other times to see if people like this time, for example, if people like it. And I don't know if any of you can hear Sadie in the background, but she's having some fun. And, and there's Anita yelling at her to stop barking. So, all right, Dennis from Utah. Okay, very nice, very nice. Dennis, are you new to the program? I'm not sure. Apologies if you've been on here before, but it seems like you're first. So anyway, discussion for today. Things that I wanted to talk about. First, a lot going on with the Mardi Gras, and Dennis, I don't know if you're on a Mardi Gras. I know several. Well, I know Tim has been on the Mardi Gras. Just in chat, if I could see those of you on that have been on the Carnival Mardi Gras, I'm just curious because I wanted to talk about that a little bit. I did share that I was going to go live with people, on the Mardi Gras. So I haven't been on. So I'm actually going to ask you all, you experts that have already been on the Mardi Gras, some questions, and I kind of want to see what you think. Dennis, Vista, July 23rd. Okay, very cool. And the Vista, I don't know if you saw my video, Dennis, but I put the Vista as my favorite ship for a number of reasons. But yeah, I don't if maybe you saw that, but yeah, it's mostly for the people and the. Well, actually, my wife and I did the Vista. We did the Mediterranean on the Vista when the Vista was brand new back in 2016. Hey, there's Andrew for Funnelheads, and hey, Andrew, he's Funnelheads for those of you that don't know. That's Andrew, but for those of you that don't know, Funnelheads is a channel, and they just hit 1,000 a couple days ago. I'm right around 950, so I got about 50 people to go, and then I'm gonna have my big happy celebration dance when I hit that 1,000. But most of you probably know because I know we have several Islanders here, and for those of you that are new, myself and Island Time and now Andrew is with Funnelheads there. We all in the Z show. I mean, in the Ocean to Ocean. I mean, there's a lot of channels, and if you notice, we go to each other's, lives and we participate in chats and leave comments just like anybody else that likes the channel. And one thing I've really enjoyed about starting, Coach Cruise is that Like if you were in business and you had a restaurant, well, you're competing with other restaurants for business, and then it just seems like it's always a competition. But in this YouTube world, the creators have always been like the nicest people, the supportive and help out and everything else like that. So yeah, it's been great. And I know, Andrew and I have talked a lot, via Messenger and things like that about the channel ideas, stuff like that. So it's been really good. And obviously, those of you that know my relationship with Derek on Island Time, he's on the Carnival Dream right now. Him and Charles and Mike and Amanda, Rachel, Michelle, all of them are having a great time. And they're probably at Sea Day Brunch, I'm guessing, right now. And yes, Andrew, it's amazing to have support. Yeah, absolutely. And again, congratulations to Andrew and Funnelheads. And Funnelheads. Andrew, you want to put down what Funnelheads means in there, just in case people don't know, because he's a cruise content creator as well, and he's done a ton of stuff on Mardi Gras. So I'm glad he popped in here, because I definitely wanted to talk about Mardi Gras. Lee, been on Vista. Oh, okay. Yeah. Going on January 7th. So we don't have anybody doing the Mardi Gras this summer. Just past Mardi Gras people, huh? Because I know Andrew's been on it. Andrew, I think, has been on the Mardi Gras more than he's been at home this year. He's got, those of you that are going on the Mardi Gras in the future. And as a matter of fact, Andrew, I was watching your video, the 6 zones yesterday. And so, you talked about, Grand Central, I guess, is the one, right, where you walk on and you're in Grand Central. And then French Quarter, it looks very appealing. And then Summer Landing, I think you said, was your favorite. And then the other zone, the Lido, is just called Lido Zone or something. And then what are the other two? I'm forgetting. I think one is like the playground up top, and yeah, you'll have to help me out, because I know you're an expert on that. Yeah, so a lot of people are talking about the Vista. So that wasn't on the plan here, but yeah, let's talk about the Vista a little bit, since everybody's talking about it. Hey, Christy, good morning. So at least my experience with the Vista was, we got on her in 2016, and we were one of those lucky people. When the new ships are coming out, for a while there, it seems like they like to start in Europe, and that's what they did with the Vista. And there would be some cruises over there for a good amount of time. I don't know, a couple months or something like that. So for the summer season, and then they did a transatlantic and have pretty much been in the U.S. ever since. So, there is a lot of hype with the new ship when it comes out. Like before the Mardi Gras came out, it was all hyped up, and then, it got some cold water thrown on it because of the pandemic, right? But we obviously didn't have that problem with the Vista. There was no pandemic to worry about. So the hype leading up was, just building and building and building. So when we got to go on the Carnival Vista in the Mediterranean, neither Anita or myself ever had been to Europe. So all the different stops that we got to go to, of course we got to go to Rome. We saw the Colosseum, we saw the Vatican, St. Peter's. I mean, just the Sistine Chapel. We went to Pompeii and saw that. That was just amazing experience to see that, like an entire city, just uncovered in ash, and everything's so well preserved. And then, you walked through, we went to this bathhouse in Pompeii, I remember. And I know Andrew did the Mediterranean too, so maybe he did this as well. But there was this bathhouse, and it was like the first place, I think, in history that they had recorded, well, one of the first places that actually had plumbing. And you could see the existing plumbing that dated, obviously, I don't know, a couple thousand years BC, or a couple thousand. I mean, the history is just so vast. I can't even gather it. It's just amazing. But apparently, how they got this plumbing to work, was, they would have slaves, unfortunately, would be underneath these bathhouses, and they would carry, large, containers of some sort, that would have burning wood and things like that, that would heat up the water, from below. And so people would have nice, warm, bathing water, or, sitting in hot water, or whatever, like a hot tub or something. And so, even back, thousands of years ago, people were enjoying these things, right? Um, but to see plumbing in a building that old it was just crazy. And then we're walking on marble floors, and I'm asking the tour guide or whatever, like, when did they put these floors in, or how long have these floors been here? And they're like, these are the original floors. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So the number of tourists that have walked in and out there, and then you're walking on the same floors that were walked on, a couple thousand years ago. It's just, you can't even, well, at least I couldn't. It was difficult to wrap my mind around, just seeing that much history, just so just drenched in history. And let's see, what else? The Amalfi Coast, with the limoncello. Limoncello is big out in Europe, and everywhere you went, it seemed like they were selling limoncello. And that was very good, especially, when you're there, right? The Amalfi Coast, though, is absolutely beautiful. The one thing that's a little bit scary, especially when you're going on a tour bus, is the roads are pretty narrow along parts of the Amalfi Coast, and these buses don't have much room. So when you're in one of these tour buses with a big group of other tourists, you are like looking down, and I mean, you're just praying that this bus driver is super professional, because there's not much room, so if he loses, handle the wheel or something, it's going to be a long way down, and it's not going to end well. So yeah, that was an experience, but absolutely beautiful. Let me try to catch up a little bit on the chat. Okay, so you saw Andrew give you the description about the funnel heads. Let's see. Sean, you were on the Carnival Vista. I'm probably a little behind in the chat. Whale Tails. Okay, yeah, Gina. Yeah, that's definitely a creative name. And then Andrew helped me out with the Mardi Gras. Now I'm jumping back from the Vista to the Mardi Gras, but we got Summer Landing, French Quarter, Lido, Ultimate Playground, La Piazza. That's one I definitely forgot about in Grand Central. Okay, thank you for that. Yeah, Gina, it was so cool. Amalfi Coast, definitely. Andrew, was absolutely beautiful. You know what, Andrew? The tour that we were on, they didn't have time budgeted for us to go in. Yeah, that's something. We only got to be outside of the Colosseum, so that was one kind of bummer. But we did, the Vatican. We got the whole experience there. I mean, we walked through the whole thing, and just the art and the Vatican and St. Peter's and everything. It's just, I can't even. It's just amazing. I mean, it's just so beautiful, the detail and the artwork. And we went to Leaning Tower of Pisa as well. I forgot to mention that. But just simple things like doors, the artwork and detail that went into like doors, leading into churches and stuff like that. I mean, I remember, speaking of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, there's this one big church right next to the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and it had these massive doors, and just the detail and the art that went into each and every little thing that goes into and around and surrounds these churches is just absolutely amazing. And then obviously St. Peter's, the Vatican, and the cool thing is too is you see some of these sites on movies and stuff, right? And then when you actually get to go there, and then you see a movie again that has some of these sites, like the Trevi Fountain, I think it is called, right? I've seen that in a few movies now, and I'm like, oh, hey, we were there. It's it's so cool to say, yeah, I was there, and so I get a big kick out of that when we see that on movies. Tren, yes, and I see Gina. There's another Islander. Yes, good to see you here this morning, Tren, and as I mentioned earlier, I think Derek and Charles and Mike and Amanda and Michelle and Rachel, they're probably all enjoying C-Day brunch right now. So we can be a little bit jealous of them for that. But I'm actually going to a brunch after this broadcast, so I'm looking forward to that to myself. A place called Fogo de Chao that me and some coworkers, I have a colleague that's retiring and another that has a birthday. So I'm gonna do some good eating myself. So I'm not too jealous of them today, but I hope they have a great time. Great crew. And I don't know how many, and again, we were talking about Andrew and his funnel heads, but Island Time, because I know we have several Islanders here, but they did a live that I thought was just hilarious a couple days ago. That it was, Derek, of course, like always, and then Charles and Mike, and, they were doing games and things like that where I had to take shots, and they were literally slapping each other in the face with tortillas. I mean, no joke. For those of you that didn't see it, it was hilarious. And then the girls got involved as well. Amanda, Rachel, and Michelle. They all sat down and did a shot. But it was just so much fun. Their live broadcast watching, and if that's one that I would actually watch again. It was definitely a lot of fun. And we were laughing like crazy at that. So that was really good. So, Christy, the history, the architecture. Jim, okay, we'll be on the horizon in September. And I'm going to be on the horizon in July. And speaking of the Islanders, us in that big group will be on there and doing a bar crawl and everything else on the Carnival Horizon. So definitely looking forward to that. And what else? Oh, speaking of Horizon, Jim, so we have a lot of avid cruisers here, so I'm guessing there's been more than a few of you. And if you could, in chat, just let me know. How many of you have seen Celestial Strings on a Carnival cruise ship? It's on a couple cruise ships now. It started on the Horizon, but I think it's on the Panorama. I think it's on the Mardi Gras now. And Tim, I see you just put a comment there. Tim's going to be on the Mardi Gras with me June 25th. So looking forward to meeting Tim on the Mardi Gras. Okay, I'm waiting to see if anybody said they've seen Celestial Strings. Is Ocean to Ocean, are you saying, I'm seeing the chat there, if we love them, I'm thinking that's Celestial Strings that you're referring to. I'm not seeing anybody. Nobody saw Celestial Strings? And I get there's this delay, so I'm sitting here looking. Okay, so yes. All right, so, well, Ocean to Ocean travel. Maybe you can help me with this, but for those of you that haven't been, and the Gym, you're going on the Horizon, what is it? You said September, Vista, February, Jubilee in November. Very nice. So that Horizon in September, Jim, if you haven't been to the Playlist Productions Celestial Strings, highly, highly recommend it. As a matter of fact, they have two other productions that I really like. One is Soulbound, and the other is Vintage Pop. But Celestial Strings, and I guess this is coming full circle because we were talking about the Mediterranean cruise and the Vista. How is it coming full circle? Anyway, well, let's just get back to the Celestial Strings. So the first time we saw that, we were on the Horizon, and Soulbound's also good. Yes. Uh, we went to the Celestial Strings, and we just happened to be there early enough. For like, what time is it? Oh, they got a show, Celestial Strings. Oh, I heard this was good. Let's try to get there a little bit early. So we got there relatively early, shortly after the doors were opening, and we got a seat very close to, the stage. Not too close, but we were close to a side stage. And now they haven't been doing this much because of the COVID and the pandemic and everything. And I definitely takes away from it a little bit. But pre-pandemic, they had like the side stages actually within the audience. And that cast of singers and dancers and violinists in Celestial Strings, it is large. Once you put them all together and they're all performing at once, it's a lot of people. So if you have, say, a side stage near you, there's people dancing and singing, or they're playing violins and everything right here, but then there's a whole bunch of stuff going up on the main stage, and then there's another side stage over here where there's doing something. So it's like sensory overload. And I mean, it's most of the time they're wearing some white, white costumes, white dresses, white suits, things like that. But the stage is beautiful, and like the violinist, the music's beautiful. The violin trio, is always playing, and they're dressed in these white dresses and just playing their beautiful music like they always do. And then the singing is great, but there, like I said, there's constant things going on. In addition to the music being great and all that, at least when they had the stages in the audience, they were so close we could just reach out and touch them. And most of those theaters are pretty, you're going to be close to the stage regardless. It's unless the only bad seat is if you happen to be behind a pole or something. But the Playlist Productions, if you want it badly enough, I mean, you can get close to front row seating just about every time. You just have to get there early and wait. But so yeah, Jim, if you haven't seen that, I would definitely check that out. And then as Ocean to Ocean also mentioned, Soulbound's also very good, and Vintage Pop. Vintage Pop, and this is something that we are talking about doing for New Year's. This is a thing. This is going to be another cruise that Island Time and us are going on together. But we're going to dress up like Roaring Twenties. So for New Year's Eve, we're all going to put 20s type clothing on. And for guys, it's always easy, right? I mean, it's like for 100 years, it's basically some version of a suit. And that's it. Like, we don't change, but the ladies, the outfits definitely change for ladies over time. And I love that Roaring Twenties look on ladies. It's just a really, really cool look. And so, heck, I've even bought Anita several of the accessories, like they have a lot of bling, where they wear it on their heads, and I don't know, it's just, and then, gaudy jewelry and things like that, but it looks really cool, the style that women had in the 20s. So I'm really looking forward to that. The big group of us is going to dress up for that. But the reason I mention that now is because for the show Vintage Pop, it just happened to correlate with an Elegant Night. So the Vintage Pop show, I figured that out before we left. So I told my wife, I'm like, hey, the Vintage Pop, they're dressing up like the 20s and everything. Why don't we dress up in our 20s stuff and go to the show and stuff? So I mean, we got a whole bunch of compliments on that. People thought that was really cool, and we had a lot of fun with it. So that's an idea. And I mean, the other thing is we're going to be in the 20s, right? We're going to be in the 20s for a while. So you could pretty much do a Roaring 20s outfit anytime, especially around New Year's Eve. And people would be like, oh, yeah, okay, you got about 8 years before. It's like, what are you doing? It's 2030, So yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. Let's see, Sean, I just saw are they the three girls with violins? If you're talking in reference to Celestial Strings, Sean, yes, the girls with the violins that you see playing in the atrium, they actually become part of the show. So they join the playlist production, the singers, the dancers, everything else, and they are part of the show. They have places they have to be, and they are definitely integrated into the show. Now they stay as a trio. Sometimes you'll see one of them doing kind of like a solo, and the other two right beside them supporting. But I guess they kind of do that anyway in the normal atrium. But yeah, they actually join the Celestial Strings show along with the other singers and dancers. And yeah, I see Andrew agrees. It's an amazing show. Kevin, no, it is not too late to order a bar crawl shirt for the Mardi Gras. And I think, well, you can see I have one on here. And as a matter of fact, I can reach over here, pull out the other colors. There's the lime. Yeah, I did just order all these lime, and so I can do all three because I have the blue one on, and I'm pointing at the wrong chest here. That's what happens when you look at the TV screen instead of so there is the salmon pink shirt. All right, and then we have the lime. We got that, and I really like how these turned out. I really do. I love the backs of these. My whole point with creating shirts was to design a shirt that you could wear out to a bar or something like that, or to a baseball game, just somewhere casual. Obviously that you're not dressing up. You're not going to wear it anywhere where you dress up, but yeah, I wanted it to, because I see, and I love them, don't get me wrong. I love the creative cruise shirts that I see on cruises, but I've gotten one of those in the past. I've gotten a couple of them actually, and for the cruise, and you wear it that one day, or maybe you wear it twice on your cruise, and then it's just like, okay, this is a cruise specific to the Carnival Sunshine in July 2018 or whatever, and then it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna wear that. I'm going to this place or that place. I'm not on a cruise ship. So I wanted to design a shirt that you could wear other places and get more use out of than just on a cruise ship. So that's why it's not cruise specific, and it's just got the tropical theme on there. And of course it says on here, just can't get away from a good time. For those of you that have watched my videos before, you see that's my intro music. Logan Myers sings this song, I just can't get away from a good time. And I feel like that's cruise life, right? There's just so much fun to be had on a cruise ship, and meeting new people, and just having a good time. And I just can't get away from that. I can't get enough of that. So I'm always like booking that next cruise. What's the next thing we're going to do? What's the next fun we're going to get into? What's the next excursion we're going to go on in this port? And or an excursion that we love that we'll do again. So yeah, it's that's what the whole thing is about. And all right, so let me catch back up with the chat. So yeah, Kevin, and again, you could private message me if you want on Messenger, and yeah, we'll get it all straightened out. But yeah, I actually just mailed some packages out yesterday, or Anita mailed them for me, I should say. So yeah, the Roaring 20s vlogs. Yeah, that, I'm telling you, I'm looking so forward to that. Christy, oh, awesome. Yeah, I would, oh. Note to self, put your phone on silent before the show starts. So yeah, anyway, if you go on Messenger, I can get, well, actually, let me just, I'll give you my email address. I'll put it in chat here. And my email address is also the PayPal address. So that email address that I just typed in there, if you go to PayPal, and you enter that address to send payment or whatever, what you can do is you can put in notes, what size shirt you want, what color shirt you want, and of course your address, and then I will send you the shirts. So that's how that works. So small through extra large are $25, and then 2X is 27, 3X is 28, and those are the biggest sizes I have, just because they charge me extra money for those, and they actually charge me that amount extra per shirt. And so, that actually, to me, that seems like a lot of money for a shirt. Well, I guess the way prices are going up on everything, maybe it's not that much. But believe it or not, I don't make that much money on these shirts at all, especially after shipping. I shipped one shirt earlier this week, and it was just one, and it was $7 to ship, one shirt. So, once you subtract the and shipping charge, and mine is like 25 out the door, I think it broke down to where I'm paying like $14.39 a shirt or something on average or whatever. But then again, like I said, once you factor in shipping, which is $6-7 a shirt, then that brings the price up to about over $20, and you're lucky to make any money at all. And then what I do is I go and reinvest it for giveaway free stuff. So I'm truly not making any money, because I go and I get these like little buttons. So whenever you see me on a cruise ship, anybody that has a cruise upcoming with me, ask me for, and if you're ordering shirts, I'm always throwing a couple of these buttons in. So I will throw a Christy and Kevin, if you order shirts, I'll throw the buttons in there. And then I also get what do we got here? Wristbands. So just these little wristbands I get for people, and I give all this stuff away. And then here's and then like when I host the bar crawls, I always buy like the lays, and usually get some beads. And what else? Oh, here's the thing, and any of you can do this. Look at this. I'm gonna open this one up just so I can show you. And I wish, maybe in the next live I'll do this, but this is a fun thing, and do this on your next cruise, and I'm telling you, you will interact with so many people and have so much fun with this. I stole this from a gentleman named Daniel, and we were at the Alchemy Bar, and so these little balls, these little plastic balls, they're waterproof, and I guess they're like balloon lights. So watch when I pull this out. You see, it lights up, and I mean, obviously it's light in here now. So, but what you do is if you go to the Alchemy drink, they have those colorful drinks, right? And I just bring a bag of these with me, and then I let people take one out and throw it in their drink, and the whole the glass turns into a disco show. So most of those drinks, like at the Alchemy, are very, very colorful anyway. You have bright reds and bright greens and things like that a lot of times, and you throw one of these in there, and boom, the whole thing just makes your glass glow, and it changes colors, and everybody's like, oh, that's so cool, where'd you get that? And so you kind of become like the life of the party. But you can go on to Amazon and type in balloon lights, and you can actually turn this off, but I gotta stick the oh, there it is. So you stick the little paper back in there, and your light will go back off. So these are only like $13. These are only like $13 for 100 of them. You can get like 100 of them for $13, and like I said, it's a lot of fun, just to give them out, and it's one way that I market the channel and get to meet people, and to help the channel grow and stuff like that. But aside from that, it's just a lot of fun. So we like to have a lot of fun at the Alchemy Bar. No, you know what, Gene, I'm looking at your comment now. I don't have any V-neck shirts with this batch. I don't honestly. These shirts that I have, because I have that spread shop that Derek has with the Islanders, and I know he sells his lanyards. You know, they do that themselves. But these T-shirts, I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing it myself. I think I'm gonna probably turn it over to Spread Shop. Actually, money wise, it's I'm probably better off that way. Because you know, obviously I have to put the money up front and then hope that people purchase them. Otherwise, you know, I just got a bunch of Coach Cruz shirts, right, sitting around. And then the other thing is, it is a lot of work, you know, with you know, packaging them and then sending them, and you know, making sure you get to the post office a couple times a week, and that's more it than anything else, time wise. So yeah, I don't know if I'll be doing shirts. I probably will, but I don't know. So maybe I'll do a V-neck down the road. So that was a long answer to a question that probably shouldn't have taken that much. So, but Kevin and Christy, thank you for the order there. And oh, oh yeah, oh yeah. So well, I'm going back up, and I'm seeing Tim's comment here. Don't assume that you know where I live. Yeah, so Tim ordered a couple shirts, and you know, he paid me the money and everything else like that, and you know, I messaged him back, and I'm like, yeah, so can I get your address, Tim? So I can send them to you. So that was funny, but the reason I mentioned that is because Tim, and this is no joke. This is not like a joke I'm making here. This is an actual. I'm not going to give you the exact, but he actually lives on. Guess the name of his street. Let's see if anybody. Just it's something street. If anybody can guess, well, I'll just tell you because I don't think anybody's. But he lives on Easy Street. He lives on Easy Street. How cool is that? I mean, he lives on a street called Easy Street. I mean, that's much cooler than my street name, which is Richmond, you know. But I would like to live on Easy. So I said, hey, you know, all the rest of us are trying to get to Easy Street, and you already live on it, you know. So I just think that was that was a fun address to write out. I'm like, you know, whatever, blah blah blah, Easy Street, Easy Street in Florida. So very cool. So yeah, that was just a funny story there with Tim. All right, so da da da. All right, so again, Kevin and Christy, thanks for the T-shirt orders. And Jamie, the first time I'm seeing you in the chat here. If I didn't say hello, welcome aboard. And let's see, how are we looking on time? Okay, so we got about 20 minutes left. All right, we were talking about Mardi Gras, and I know Tim has been on the Mardi Gras, and a couple other people. There was a person I was messaging with that had just came off the Mardi Gras, and I did a short little video on this, as I know we've been talking about so much fun, friendly stuff, but obviously the Mardi Gras has been in the news a lot this week. For those of you who didn't hear, the Mardi Gras rescued 15 or 16 refugees that were on a small boat, and you know, I have some video footage of it, and I have some photographs that I shared on the Coach Cruz Facebook page. Actually, it's just 25, Christy, 25 out the door. Yeah, not 95. Yeah, just 25 out the door. That includes shipping, taxes, everything. That's it. Yep. So yeah, I thought that was a great story that they were able to save these people, because the thing that's bad about it, though, honestly, and you know, because we were talking about it in discussions and forums and things like that, is these people are trying to flee because of the tyranny that's in their home country, in this case Cuba, right? And you have to know, and that just goes to show, how blessed we are to live in America, and is, they have to know that they're literally risking their lives, to do this. You get on this little bitty boat, it doesn't have any cover or anything like that, and then you're going out into the ocean, which is like the most powerful thing on earth, right? That could just flip you like we wink our eyes. And they're willing to do that, play Russian roulette with their lives, just for the chance that they can escape their country. And the thing that's sad about it is when they get rescued, in most cases, they just get returned back to their home country, which in this case is Cuba. And then I saw, several messages, about people talking about it. And then some people were saying, and I hope this isn't true, but I mean, they're going to be going to prison for long stretches of time for getting caught trying to escape the country. And I mean, one person even said, could be executed. God, I hope that's not true. But it just makes you think and reflect on, how great we have it, and then you see some people complaining about, the smallest things, and then you see, somebody struggle this bad, to where they risk their lives to just try to get out of the country. And yeah, it just puts things in perspective. I know that's how it is for me. So sometimes you'll be feeling sorry for yourself, things will be going wrong, whatever, and then you hear about something that's truly, horrible, that's happened to somebody or whatever. So, yeah, I thought that was just a very interesting story, and I saw the people on the boat in the video. You could see them waving, like, hey, help us, whatever. So they were in a situation where they wanted to be helped. But that was something else that I, heard in other discussions. There's other people that refused help. Like they didn't want to be brought on the ship because of the reason that I just mentioned, because they would be returned to the country and they would rather take their chances. But I've been doing a little bit more research on that since I, put that story out. And, there was one gentleman that actually did make it to Florida, and I guess he arrived in 2006, and he was, allowed to stay in the country. And he said that he wouldn't, advise that for his worst enemy to ever, try to do what he did, and coming over on a little raft like that, to escape, the tyranny of his home country or whatever. So it's definitely a very scary thing. So yeah, you know what? I'm gonna stop talking about that, because that was just, we were having so much fun, and then I'm talking about all this serious stuff now. So forget that. So getting back to cruising. So me personally, I'm really getting down to, and let me ask you a question. So, oh, Jamie, I'm just reading your comments. Yes. And Jamie, I agree with you 100%. Yeah, so for me, like I said, I have 2 cruises coming up on the Mardi Gras. First one, June 25th, so less than 3 weeks away. I will be on Cocoa Beach on the 24th, and just being excited, waiting to board the Carnival Mardi Gras the next day. And I'm kind of curious when everybody starts to get excited. Like, at what point do you like, I'm in that mode right now where I'm getting excited. I'm thinking, you know what, it is coming, it's coming. And I think for me, honestly, it's about that 3-week mode. Once you hit that 21 days, it's just okay. It's here. It might be within the month. And then I guess the other time where I start to get excited is when you get to a point where it's next month, So when it was May, and I'm still looking, and there's still quite a few days, 40 or close to 50 days to, till the end of June. But when I got to May, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to be on a cruise next month, and I even start to get excited then. But I don't know how it is for you, but I start watching more videos, and like the Mardi Gras now. As I mentioned earlier, Andrew, I'm not sure if he's still on here. Oh yeah, he just made a comment. Yeah, well, yeah, now, yeah, you're right. Andrew just said it's hard to get excited until you have a negative test, and that is 100% true, and that happened to me as well. But getting back to the point, so I was watching one of Andrew's funnelhead videos just yesterday, and when he was talking about the 6 zones, and those of you that have been on here, the whole time, he put the zones down and everything else. So yeah, I'm watching his videos because he's got, like I said, he has a home in South Carolina, and then his other home is on the Carnival Mardi Gras. For those that you don't know, Andrew lives on the Carnival Mardi Gras half the year, and then half the year he's at home in South Carolina. Now I'm just joking, of course, but yeah, I joke with Andrew. I'm like, man, I was like, how dude? Every time I look, you're on the Mardi Gras. So yeah, he's a well experienced Mardi Gras person. So anybody that has questions, you could definitely ask Andrew from Funnelheads about the Mardi Gras. Jamie, 30-day countdown. All right. So Jamie, what cruise are you going on? You have a 30-day countdown. Oh, are you saying 30-day countdown, and that's when you get excited? Oh, okay. But you have a cruise in October. Okay. So I think I get what you're saying. You're saying 30 days is when you start getting really excited, and then you have a transatlantic in October. That is something I've not done. That is definitely on my bucket list. Gina, yes, being able to say next month's very exciting. What's even more exciting is saying this month, which is yes, and then it's going to be next week, and then 3 days, and then tomorrow, and a cruise day. I love the whole cruise day thing. Cruise vet, I get excited when you get to the point where you check in and get your boarding time. Yes, well said, cruise vet. Definitely. And as a matter of fact, that is for me this week, because Platinum, well, for everybody this week, I believe, for the Carnival Mardi Gras June 25th sailing, they'll be able to check in. But I think Wednesday, for me, it'll be 11 p.m. I think I can check in because Platinum and Diamond people can check in early, 2 days early, to help get an earlier boarding time. So I'll be able to do that. And yeah, Andrew, yeah, that would be nice, right? To live on the Carnival Mardi Gras. I mean, that's a beautiful, beautiful ship. Cannot wait. Gina, you got 2 cruises before then. Very nice. Oh, excited about the Jubilee inaugural. Yes, and as you probably know, Gina, I know Island Time, I believe, is on that one as well. So you're going to have a bunch of fun with them. I know they were telling me, yeah, you got to get on that one, but I couldn't make it work. Mardi Gras on July 2nd. So Jamie, yes, you and I will be cruising together. Tim G there, and is going to be on the June 25th. And I'm glad to see you will be on with me on July 2nd, and my wife. The June 25th one, I'm going to be on with a couple buddies, but the July 2nd one, Anita is coming on, so you'll be able to meet my wife, and that will be great. Third sailing, a celebration. Christy, I think I saw you post that in Island Time. Yeah, that's exciting. Anita and I are on the celebration, but it's not this New Year's. It's the following New Year's cruise. So we are booked on the celebration, but it's like the last cruise that I have booked. It's that far out. It was one of the cruises that got canceled. And speaking of the cruise that got canceled, Andrew had made the point of you can't get really excited nowadays until you pass your test, and that's so true. It really is. I mean, you can be checked in, ready to go, everything, and I'm excited, but I mean, who doesn't sweat it out now when you have to take that test? So for those of you that don't know, I was supposed to go on a cruise New Year's Eve on the Carnival Pride out of Tampa, And and the thing that was tricky about it was we had to get tested Christmas Eve because the cruise actually left on the 26th. So we had to find a place that was open, and we did. And then we were going to fly out on Christmas Day and got the test results back. Didn't pass. I had COVID. I had a little bit of a runny nose. That was it. And Anita, she took the test and she was negative. So I was positive, she was negative, and obviously, we're with each other all the time, but it was such a slight thing that, she didn't even catch it from me. But that was such a bummer because I felt just fine outside of a little bit of a runny nose. And obviously, we had to cancel because I had, COVID. And I mean, they wouldn't let me anyway because you have to have a passing test. Plus, I wouldn't want to give anybody COVID. So, I mean, yeah, we had to cancel. And so that's how I ended up booking the celebration. I said, okay, well, New Year's Eve, I already got something booked for next year. So let's go all the way to the New Year's after that. And that's how I got the Carnival celebration. And Jamie, yes, I will be looking forward to meeting you as well. Let's see how we're doing on time. Okay. And coffee. I said, have coffee. I hope, you all have enjoying a drink there. I'm going to take my first sip of coffee, and it's a good thing it's in a Yeti, right? Because it would be pretty cold by now otherwise. Love coffee. And the Java, Jamie, you will, if you like coffee, you will see me at the Java at some point in the morning. We'll probably bump into each other down there because I have to get my coffee. For any of you that have seen any of my cruise vlogs, every vlog has about a 5-second clip of me going to Java for coffee, and it's just like a little 5-10 second clip. It's like boop, and then okay, now we're going. So yeah, definitely love the coffee, and looking forward again to getting on the Mardi Gras, booking an Ultra cruise on the Vista. Cruise Vet. All right, so Cruise Vet and Ultra. For those of you that don't know what Cruise Vet might be talking about in that question, there is for casino players. I don't know how many casino players we have here, but the Ultra offers are very, very cool. What they are is, if you're a casino player, whether you play slots, table games, whatever, they keep track of your gambling, right? Even if you play at table games, what do? They ask you for your card, and you're like, no, I don't want you to take my card or whatever. Even if you bring your own money, anything, they still ask for your card, and they swipe it through the thing, and then they track your play. And they basically keep track of your wins and losses on the slot machines, at the tables, everything else like that. And if you play enough, if you gamble enough, time and money and things like that, you will get casino offers. And one of the best offers you can get is Ultras. There's another one that's above that, that's Elite. I've never been there. I don't know, maybe it was you, Christy, that said you just got an Elite offer. It was somebody. But an Ultra offer, what they do is they give you gifts, and they have Premier, Ultra, and Elite. So the Premier are very nice, and the money they give you is different by the person, but they might give you $200, they might give you $500, they might give you $1,000, but they'll give you a certain amount of money in casino play. And you can use that money in the slot machines, or you can use it at the table games, of course. And sometimes they'll just give you straight cash. Yes. Okay. So it was you. And then in addition to that, the Premier, for example, they're giving you little gifts. They're sending you nice gifts to your stateroom, throughout the cruise. Now, the Ultra is different in that the gift is crazy good. The worst gift you can get for Ultra is like $600. in cash. That's like the worst gift. Then the gifts range up to, like, an Apple MacBook, which is what I'm videoing, this live broadcast on right now. It's, I mean, that's going to be in the ballpark of $1,500 or more. One time I won a 65-inch TV, and I traded it to a lady because I already have enough TVs at home. Lord, no, I got one that's not even hooked up, for her, because she needed a new TV, and I think she won $800 cash, and I took her prize, and we just traded prizes. So yeah, the ultra things are really, really neat. And then the elite that I'm jealous of Christy here, she just mentioned, the great thing about the elite is all these casino offers usually come with free drinks in the casino, because they want you to stay in the casino. So it's like, hey, I'll give you free drinks in the casino. Just, come here, you get free drinks. So that keeps a lot of people in the casino. Me, I always buy Cheers, so I don't have to depend on the casino for free drinks. Because what I find is obviously the more time I spend in the casino, the more chances I'm going to lose money. So I try to, like, hit and run, and go play for an hour or so, hopefully make a little bit of money, and then get out of there and, go have some fun on I found that works best for me personally. But the elite that Christy just got her first offer on, you can get free drinks anywhere on the ship. You're like the VIP of the casino players if you get an elite offer. So Christy just got her first elite offer, and that's one more than I've ever gotten on all the cruises I've gone on. So congratulations for that. Kevin, you're gonna build up your casino points, and yes, yeah. I mean, don't the only bad thing about that is don't build it up to the point where you're losing too much money, Kevin. I've definitely made that mistake before, but they do take care of you usually, and so it kind of makes up for some of the loss when you do lose money. Once on a cruise. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, pretty much anybody that'll play will get some offers for sure. So we're getting close. We only got a couple minutes left here till 11:30, but thank you. Honestly, it's a lot of great discussion in the comments. I had a lot of fun today. This is the first time I've done a Saturday broadcast. I'm going to come back and do my Tuesday broadcast again. That's generally been a little bit bigger crowd or whatever, but I love the group of people that we have here, because like I said, everybody was very active in the chat, and we had a lot of conversation going, and I know we kind of went all over the place, but we had a lot of fun. At least I had a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed it as well. And Jamie, look forward to meeting you, and Tim, of course, we'll be cruising together this month, and Jamie, in your case, July 2nd. And oh, Jamie, I didn't ask you this, but are you going on the bar crawl that I'm hosting on the July 2nd cruise? So hopefully you are, but if you're not, go to the events on our Facebook page and check that out. And I don't know when you got on here, but we got the shirts, and you don't have to get a shirt, of course, to participate. And Kevin, I know, and I have the blue one on. I'm wearing the blue one, as you see, and then we have the salmon pink and the lime. And those of you that said you wanted to order one, yeah, like I said, hit me up in Messenger, or you can just email me on that or go to PayPal with that PayPal address, enter the information, and then I'll probably message you. Now, Kevin, Brad Dowling is my name on Messenger, and you'll see me and Anita in front of a cruise ship if you go to our page or whatever. So I'm easy to find. Or Coach Cruise Facebook page, you can go right there and then just find my name there that way, and you could message me directly. But yeah, that's it. Jim, thank you for that, and everybody that is here, thank you for coming aboard. Had a lot of fun, like I said, and I hope to see many of you on Tuesday for the next live, and that one is at 7 p.m. Central. And this one went off pretty well, I would say. This is the fourth one I've done now. The second one was an absolute train wreck. The first one I messed up the link. The last one was okay, but I messed up the link. For those of you that don't know, I was live, I didn't know it, and I was trying to figure out the broadcasting software, and I cursed. And I felt so embarrassed about that. I've deleted that little 5-minute live section that I didn't know I was on or whatever, but otherwise it went pretty good last Tuesday. So this one went off pretty well. It was the original link I created and everything, so I feel good about that. And thank you, Tim, for that. So I look forward to seeing you all on Tuesday. Until then, take care, everybody. Enjoy what's left of the little bit of weekend we have left. Go out and enjoy it, and we will see you all later. Take care. I'm gonna get out of here, and have a good one.